consider that a classic now. Eric Benet and Tamia right now living off of a line dance that's been jamming to her song. We waiting on your line dance, Eric.
Hey, I'm trying to get the line dance, the squiggle line dance, all the dances.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Eric Benet.
What's going on?
Do people still ask you to sing this song at their wedding?
All the time, and I will if the check is right. you know what I'm saying? You gotta know zeros.
You'll sing it
in my life. I'll do a long ending. Whoa!
Let me see. I had one of your songs at my wedding. It was Chocolate Legs.
Oh, nice.
You know when you get the garter?
I do
from
know
up
about
under the legs.
I know about what's happening under the legs.
Okay, all right.
I know
under
about
the chocolate legs.
I know about the chocolate legs
do know about
and the garter.
Did
he take it off with his teeth?
No, he missed that.
Okay, well,
oh, maybe he was trying to
tonight.
be respectable with his parents. I don't know. But nobody sees what goes on under.
Hello.
He could have been biting all around that leg.
Right.
All around that leg. You are performing at the Novo March 25th.
I am.
And there's not a day that goes by that I wouldn't want to see you perform because your performances are amazing.
Thank you. It's one of those things where, you know, when the whole origin Eric Benet story is way back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I spent some years in a local band, and we would play in the most rinky-dink, sometimes like hay on the floor type hole in the wall places. But what that did was when you're broke and you just got a dream and you got a song in your heart, it teaches you how to perform. So I've been at this for a long, long time. So every time I get on stage now, I bring that same energy.
But you ain't broke no more.
Well, I mean, it's
so
like this.
Does the performance dwindle a little bit since there's no desperation there?
I was just having this conversation with my boy Terry right here, where it's like, there are the thing about it is when you are born and raised in this environment of, not desperation, because I have, my mom and dad, they were awesome. I always had food, always had, tennis shoes that weren't plastic. So
well, we wouldn't know that because we only remember you not having shoes.
Right, true. Okay, you had to.
So we don't know if you lying about that part.
Well, that part is true. But what I'm trying to say is I always had this hunger in me to take it to the next level. And it doesn't matter how much money you get if you are passionate about your craft and what you do and always wanting to expose people to that creative thing that's happening in your brain.
Yeah.
The hunger doesn't go away.
Yeah.
The money doesn't change that, or the accolades and the fame. It's like right now I got a song in my head. I'm like, Tammy, can I get back to the studio so I can put this thing
That's
down?
what he said, yo. He's like, I gotta get back. I'm in my groove. But there really is something there really is a groove to creativity.
Absolutely.
It's like when you're in it, and it's very hard to come out of it, because when you come out of it, you're like, damn, where was I? And I can't pick it up where I was, and it becomes something different.
Right. People will think you crazy because you having a conversation with somebody, and then if there's a song in your head, you start getting that faraway look, and they'll be like, is something wrong with you? No, I got this idea, I just got to get it down.
Yeah.
So it's like, that never goes away. And when I'm on stage, even though I've been at the game for like 30, 40 years, every time I hit the stage, that hunger is still there. Like, I want y'all to feel this music and feel where it came from whence the inspiration came from as I'm singing it to you right now. So that's the dope thing about not getting nothing handed to you.
Right. Yeah, that
Right.
is dope about not getting anything handed to you. I feel that. The last time I saw you, Eric Benet, I was at your house. You were having a spades tournament, I think it was.
You got to do it again. I was telling my wife we got to do that
Yes,
again.
I was going to say, how is your family?
Oh, they're great. They're great. India's a grown-ass 31-year-old woman.
I was going to say, how old is India now,
she's
man?
31.
Still doing music?
Yeah, she's extremely talented, still doing music, still doing making music for a lot of her friends have podcasts, and she creates the music for that. And she's also getting music placed on TV shows, and she's just brilliant. And Lucia and Luna are 11 and 8. and they show so many signs of creative genius, and they love music and storytelling, and my wife is just like, you know, the philanthropist of life with her charity, her nonprofit, In a Perfect World.
Listen, this is a very different world than when you were raising India. You said she's 31 now, but you have an 11 and 8-year-old. So how do you, what's the difference now? Is there anything you're doing different or that you have to do different? Social media,
well,
obviously being one thing,
obviously
right?
like is the first thing that comes to mind. It's like when India was Lucia and Luna's age, the internet was pretty much in its infancy, right? Mm-hmm. And now the internet is everywhere. It's ubiquitous, and it's like they have access to everything, and you have to be really hyper vigilant around your kids with that, because, you know, and it's funny. I ain't gonna call out one of my daughters, one of the little ones, but sometimes if she can't sleep at night, we'll find her and she's in the living room with the iPad, and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" And it's like, you got to put all these safeguards on the devices, and it's a trip, man.
It's a different world, for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Is there anything that you do for them that traditional that maybe your parents did?
You asking some, see, Tammy, I can tell you you a veteran because you asking some good questions. These
are shallow questions.
No, these are I say they're good questions because they remind me of conversations like I just had. I just had a conversation with somebody about how our parents, we have to be forgiving to our parents, you know, because it's the phrase keeps coming to mind. They did the best they could with what they had. So apparently them ass whoopings was the best they had. And it's like discipline to go out in the backyard, give me that switch, you know, and you know, that was, and it's like, wow, man, it's some of the things that my parents did out of love to try to mold me and to be a good person. It's like, I couldn't imagine doing to my kids. Like just
like making them go get a switch and then actually having the switch contact with them in any way.
Oh my gosh, making it touch skin.
Yeah.
And
Emmett, weren't we just talking about this week on the show?
We were,
and I was like, I don't think if I have kids, I'm going to discipline them, physically. I don't know, but what is the alternative? A lot of black folks who raised on that, we don't even know that there's an alternative.
Absolutely.
We laugh at the time out.
Yo, my daughters will look at me and my wife and say, like, we'll ask them to do something. They'll look at me and be like, no, I just don't feel like doing that right now. and it takes everything, all the ancestors for the last 400 years to be kind to the child. Because somewhere deep in me, my daddy's backhand is on the tip of my fingers. And I'm like, no, you cannot do that. It's like my parents would have, what? You don't feel like cleaning you don't, wow. So it's fascinating how, you know, but that makes me think
very different.
It's very different, and it makes me think of when that was happening, when I was 9 and 10 years old and I was getting those whoopings. I remember consciously having the thought mid whoop, like, I ain't gonna be this way with my kids. I remember that thought, like, this ain't right. Give us free.
Something's not right about this.
You know, this not right.
But in the same
all my life I had to fight.
Right.
It's like, what?
I'm fighting for my life, man.
We're gonna come back with more Eric Benet, y'all.
Hey, Steve Harvey.